Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ricky's podcast. Lucky number 13. It is election day, so get ready for some political talk. Coming to you right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Ricky's podcast number 13. And totally happened by coincidence, but really no better way to have our lucky number 13 podcast over the election day. So it is currently, well, I guess technically it's the day after election day. It's 12:18 after midnight. I guess technically it's Wednesday, the 4th. So, hopefully all goes well. We'll be getting our results at some point. But for the moment, looking at the presidential race here, looks like Joe Biden is leading with 225 to Trump's 213 at the present moment. Still a few states that are contested. So, it looks like those will be making the call. From the little map I've got pulled up over here, looks like Nevada isn't confirmed yet. Arizona, which, the best state. It's nowhere even close to the best state. But it hasn't come in yet. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Maine. I can see from the get-go. All of those haven't been confirmed yet. From the map here, it looks like Nevada, Arizona, and Maine are currently tentatively blue. But, who knows? In the morning what that's going to look like. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia are tentatively red. So that's just as it stands at the moment. It'll, probably change in the morning. We'll see how it goes. I've been hearing people think that it might take till Friday to figure out, which I don't know. Again, I'm a lunatic. You all know this. I kind of like it. I kind of like the suspense. Yeah, I don't know. Looking at my, I'm a human. I look at my social medias to see what people are up to. A lot of people say they're nervous, but honestly, I'm not. I don't know. Apparently that makes me a terrible person, but, tell me something I don't know. But, I don't know. Not only do I not mind, but, I don't know, it makes me happy in a sick sort of way that other people are scared shitless. But, again, I'm a sociopath, so don't listen to anything I've got to say. So that's how the presidential election's looking at the moment. I guess while I'm already here, let's look at some Senate results. Oh, this was all I just told you just now is based on looks like, I believe, the New York Times coverage. So that's going down. Let's see if we can find some Congress, how they're doing. Just a bit of scrolling. Got to fill in the space with some words until I come up with something. Okay, where are you at? Where are you at, Congress? Okay, let's see if this has it. Alright, so it looks like this is CNN's coverage of the Congress presidential elections. Looks like at the current moment, at least numbers seat-wise, we're looking at a 50-50 split in the Senate. Currently it's 46-46, Democrat-Republican. House of Representatives, Democrats are leading with 171 to 156. So that is what it is. It'd be nice if they had some more specific stuff. Let's see who's going at the moment. Maybe it changed since then, but of course, since I live in Arizona, I'm paying attention to the Senate race between Mark Kelly and Martha McSally. And last I checked, it looked like Kelly was leading it by a fairly small margin. It was like 53% or something. So really, it could go, it's not over yet, so it could go either way. But that's just what I can see for the moment. So there's your election coverage for the second. Again, this will be totally different, probably in the morning, but hey, I'm up at midnight following the election, so might as well do my little bit of journalism that I can do. Anywho, so yeah, that's going down. Everybody I follow on all the social medias posting their I voted stickers / stories, whatever. So that's pretty exciting. Yep. My old government teacher's posting some fun facts. So that's pretty cool, I guess. If you're looking for some good stuff. But that's going on. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I mean, I don't, again, maybe I'm just some kind of ignorant fuck, but I don't know. I'm not too stressed about this election. I'll be real. I really don't, no matter how it goes, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. Especially over here, I live in the middle of nowhere. If the riots do start, I mean, they're not going to make it all the way over here, man. My feelings go out to everybody in, like, major cities that will likely be ripped a new one. But where I am, I'm just not too worried. Yeah, if I was nervous for all the other people, I would never stop being nervous. So, yeah, I'm just chilling. It's all good. I get to watch the pandemonium from the comfort of my bedroom, so I really couldn't ask for a better situation if I tried. So that's going down. I don't know. The more I pay attention, the more it seems like they do this for every election ever. Calling it like the fight for America's soul, but honestly, I don't see it. Because if Trump gets it, I mean, he's only got 4 years additionally, and then he's out forever, so, And then if Biden gets it, I mean, he's up there, and he gets to be reelected, but, it's not the end of the world. So, I don't know, it's what it is. I'm not too worried if anybody cares about what I think. All 0 of you who tune into this podcast kind of weekly. Yeah, the last 2 podcasts I'm planning on posting tonight. However, I've been holding on to those 2. I've had them recorded for like over a week and then just never posted them. Part of it's because number 11 is such a low point just in my recent life. Nothing terrible happened. It's just I was just in such a rotten mood that, it kind of brought down the whole podcast, but I think that's mostly why I kind of hesitated to post anything, but you know what? I'm just going to commit to it. I'm going to put it up there. If people want to watch it for some godforsaken reason, they can. Again, I don't know why you'd want to watch any of just the normal podcasts, much less just me losing my mind for an hour and a half, but, you do you. I guess if you find some kind of meaning in it, good for you. So that's going to be posted tonight. I am shooting this podcast waiting for the footage to render. And then once this is done, that'll be done, of course, so I can post that to the YouTubes. And then all will be good. So anyways, those are my housekeeping stuff. Telling you what's going on. Some behind the scenes action. But, on with the episode. Water. That's right, first water break. Yeah, it's been doing good. I feel good, man. Things have been going well. Musically, business is slow, but that's to be expected. I don't know, class is alright. What is there ever... what I always thought was absolutely bizarre? I know that there's other kids that can relate, but, when you were a kid, your parents would always want to talk to you when you're a teenager, but feels like the only thing they could talk about was school, which was just an immediate turnoff. Because, they're like, I don't know, I just can't understand what's going through parents' minds when they're like, you know what, I've got to connect with my child, because they're a teenager. I know they're going through some stuff emotionally, physically, and all that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to make a connection. I'm going to try to talk to them. Maybe we can start a conversation. We can bond, create some memories, and it'll be great. And then they just open it up with, so how was school today? And of course, as a kid, you're like, you can't tell them the truth. It was terrible. Yesterday was terrible. Today was terrible. Every single day is a living hell. Thank you for asking. So you just got to say it's good. It's tight. And then they're like, well, give us some details. It's like, no, you don't want the details because then you'll know I'm lying. I don't know. That's such a bizarre way to try to connect to your kids. Ask them how school's going. That's a topic that you have to ease into, man. You can't just go straight for the how's school going. You got to lure them in with, like, I don't know, something they actually care about. Just like, hey, man, listen to any good albums lately, or watch any good movies, or what's the word on the street about, I don't know, dank memes. Ease them in like that. Yeah, sharing their meme compilations with you, and then all of a sudden maybe, just maybe you can sneak in a how's school. But you can't just say it like that. You gotta kind of like, I don't know, you need to have like a roundabout way to getting there. Just like, I don't know, if like how, Mrs. Jefferson's class, she teaches art, right? And it's like, yeah, she teaches art. Yeah, so what have you been doing lately? I think that's something you can maybe get away with. You gotta be specific about, like, ask them about specific projects. Like, oh yeah, that science project, for Mr. Schmo's class. But don't ever ask how it is. Just ask for specific details. Because that a kid, like, has to answer. Basically, in other words, never ask a question that can be answered with the phrase just, yeah, good, all right, it's nice, it's fine. Anything that can be answered with one word, just try to avoid those just at all costs. Always go for the open-ended stuff. Honestly, you're a parent talking to your kids, so it's already just going to be an interrogation anyways, so you might as well treat it like one. You're getting information, man. You got to get past the yes/no questions and just get to the real stuff. So that's the thing. And also, ask about specifics. Shows the kid you actually care. Because, what does it prove by just asking, how was school today? Yeah, I don't know, it was okay, I guess, it's like, literally any person ever could ask them that question, and it would be the exact same deal. So that's, I don't know. That's totally bizarre. I cannot understand why, first of all, parents even ask the question to begin with, and then have the audacity to be like, I don't know what's going on. He just answers me with one question. All he does is just answer with one word answers. I don't know what's going on. I can't get through to him. Yeah, because you keep asking him yes no questions. Of course, the answer to yes no questions is either yes, no, good, I don't know. You know? I mean, what did you expect? You got to ask them, like, for adjectives, for details. You can't just get away with, oh, how was school today? Good. Because that's the end of the conversation right there. You gotta get to real stuff, things that people actually talk about. It would be a better question to be like, oh, the weather's pretty rainy, right? I mean, yeah, they'll answer with the yeah, I guess, but at least then that opens you up for something else to talk about. It's like, oh, did you hear, do you know about rain clouds and how they form from the moisture from the ocean or something or other? And, I mean, of course, you got to have some kind of background in meteorology, which I don't, so I couldn't even. But at least it gets you somewhere, other than just like, oh, how was school today? It's all right. Okay, well, tacos for dinner, I guess. Just it's such a bizarre mistake that it blows my mind that people make every single day. Blows my mind. And the one thing worse than, oh, how is school today is how is school going? Because then that's just like always just opens you up for it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. Every day I want it to end. Every single day. That's how school's going. I feel like a failure every single day. Going to school every day just reminds me of how pointless all of this is, the futility of life, yada, yada, yada. But of course, you can't say that when you're in like middle school, high school, so you just gotta be like, yeah, it's all right. Grades are decent. But I don't know, it's just what it is. Speaking of grades, man, how bizarre is it that in like middle school, at least my parents anyways, they used to get totally freaked out if you ever got a B. How crazy is that? Expecting all A's in middle school that literally no one's gonna care about, just ever, ever, ever. Not even to get into a good college. Nobody looks at middle school anything. Like, yeah, nothing even starts till high school, and even high school it can be debatable depending on what you want to do. If you want to get into a really good university, yeah, the grades matter, but otherwise you're just, kind of wasting your time, to be honest. It's good to get scholarships. Oh yeah, water, and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like kids just worry about it way more than they ought to. Stay in school, kids. Get good grades, all that stuff. I do believe that. Stay in school. Get good grades. It's a beautiful time. Everyone likes to say it, but you've got it real good. I've got it real good. I know that. Because I know the real world hasn't even started yet, so I'm just enjoying where I am, but just don't stress out about it too much, man. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. You get to go to college where you can get like a C and nobody gives a shit. You could fail a class, nobody gives a shit, Just take it again the next semester or whatever. I haven't failed a class, but that's just what I can assume. But yeah, don't mean to flex on you guys, but yeah, I've passed every class I've taken. No big deal. It is what it is. But that's what I think about grades, man. I mean, honestly, we're talking about change and stuff. Let's change the way the schools work. Because because I don't know, I just feel like they just don't. Like, grades just aren't very accurate. But then again, I guess you have to assign some kind of numerical value to how people are doing. Because as humans, I mean, we all want to rank stuff and decide what's better than what, who's better than whom, and just look at it that way. We're very statistics driven people, but there's got to be a better way. I don't know. I mean, I know competition is like hardwired into our systems, but I feel like there's got to be a better way to teach it. I feel like the lecturing formulas just got to go. I don't even know what that was all about. I mean, it is definitely the laziest form of teaching, short of just being like, yeah, read the book and just come in, already knowing the material. I guess that's worse, but it's just about as bad. I mean, yeah, I know. What I'm saying here is new to just nobody, but you really got to have some kind of interaction, man, because you lose people. You lose me, that's for sure. I got classes where the professor just lectures for the full hour, and I just straight up tune out for the straight hour. Wind up learning just fuck all, reading about it in the textbook, and then just learning it that way because I just can't be bothered to pay attention. Because I never have to worry about being called on or anything, so. But, it is what it is. I just gotta deal with it, I suppose, but it's just what I think. It's the reason why I started this podcast, to force my opinions on people who don't care. I don't know. It is what it is. But, again, it's what it's what this show's all about. Just bitching and moaning over nothing. So I hope you found that enjoyable ever so slightly. It's the drop dead of night. It's so late. I don't know why I decided to start recording at midnight. But in some ways, that's when I'm most awake. I don't know. Just creatively. I find that I'm a very slow waker nowadays. Probably the lack of sleep. I always get just not enough sleep, so then I always wake up exhausted. And that just carries throughout the whole day. And then at night, I kind of get a second wind before I just pass out. So I'm just always sleepy, but it is what it is. I just live with it because, you can complain about it, but it doesn't do anything for you, so I just gotta live with it. But all in all, it ain't too bad. Ain't too bad at all. Even though it is the dead of night, I get to record my podcast in the comfort of my own home, on a laptop, through a microphone. This is truly the greatest timeline. And I am eternally grateful I get to live in it. And depending on the outcome of this election here, maybe we'll get some entertainment out of it. Start a few riots, get a little bit of chaos going. Get some people who are absolutely devastated. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like the chaos. I know I'm sick, but I just kind of like it. I don't know what to tell you. I kind of like it when a lot of people get very, very angry and decide to just beat the crap out of each other. I don't know. I just like it. There's got to be something in that, old ape DNA that makes us want to see other people suffer for our amusement. Maybe it's something to do with the whole morbid curiosity gladiator stuff that we used to do. Maybe that figures into it somehow, but I don't know. I'm messed up. You know this. It is what it is, but I don't know. That's just what I think, honestly. Real talk, real talk. I kind of like it when people lose their minds because it makes me feel less alone. Real talk. But hey, man, that's political stuff. You know, we had this election so that we could get past all the political stuff because we'll have a president and the president's going to be the president no matter what, and life will go on. We'll have some other problems to talk about. Can get back to complaining about the coronavirus, about all that racial inequality stuff, to fund the police movement that never really got much of a resolution. So we'll get back to, business as usual. I can only assume. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, people all everywhere talking about we're going to have a Civil War Part 2. You can only hope, man. You can only hope. Man, how great would that be? Civil War Part 2. Because it's not going to make it all the way to this, Marana, Arizona. Who's fighting in Marana, Arizona? So, so basically us over here, we just get to sit back and watch people tear each other to pieces. Maybe solve the population problem a little bit. Just bump a few people off. Make room for the rest of us. And boom. Instant quality of life improvement. Is that totally insane? Yes, it is. I know it is, but it's just the mood I'm in. I just want to see a lot of people get worked up and hurt each other. So anyways, this is the Total Positivity Podcast, all about keeping you positive, keeping you mentally healthy, keeping you mentally okay. That's right. New mental health channel coming up. Keep an ear out. It's coming. But that's just what I think. So that's politics. I mean, don't have a whole lot of novel perspective on the whole thing. I kind of have no opinion, but it is what it is. I voted. Who did I vote for? Wouldn't you like to know? But anywho, that's politics. What else was I thinking of? I was thinking of all kinds of stuff that I do nowadays, right now. But never got to happen. The library is going to be opening up in a couple weeks. So that should be cool. And I mean fully open up. You can browse the shelves and everything. So hopefully this means we're getting back to normal. But, hopefully if the COVID numbers don't blow up over the weekend, maybe we can go through with it. Who knows? But it is what it is. That's just the way it is. I don't know how crazy YouTube's copyright system is. I don't know if I'm going to get just copyright claimed for just my shitty rendition of That's Just the Way It Is by, what's his name? Bruce Hornby or something. What is his name? Now I've got to look it up. Let's see. Hornsby. Bruce Hornsby. Yeah. That's just the way it is. Da 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 law. I don't know. I heard it gets pretty bad. I don't know. For the first time Justin was on this podcast, I got my very first copyright claim, and I was very proud of myself. It's like a rite of passage for being on YouTube. You have to have at least one copyright claim. If you don't have one, you're not a real YouTuber, man. So I got my first one for, what's his name? R. Kelly's Real Talk. Which is I don't know. I'm not one of those people who's this person did this terrible thing, so therefore I will never listen to his music again. However, I do draw the line at putting ads in my video just to profit the guy who is, I believe, currently in prison for doing a bunch of children, but it's less because I'm supporting him and more because I just don't want to have ads in my videos if I can help it. I just feel like it's a better experience. And if I am going to have ads on my videos, it's going to all go to me. Screw charity, screw other people. It's all coming to me. Just hope you guys know that if this thing ever gets monetized, which it won't, but if it does, just know all the profits go directly to me and no one else. So, have fun with that. Yeah, played a new video game. Played through the new Mafia 2. What is it? Remake, remaster, whatever it is, on the PlayStation 4. So I just absolutely shredded through that game. I did my hard playthrough, and I managed to complete the game in 2 days, which, bananas, but I think I'm going to platinum it. I did platinum Mafia 3, so, I guess I'll go for Mafia 2. And then after that, who knows, maybe I'll go for Mafia. Who's to say? But yeah, basically all I gotta do, I've got some challenges to complete, and of course all the collectibles I've got to find, which, so standard platinum fare, nothing too difficult from what I can see. From what I can tell, I already did the hard part, which was beating the game on hard, so that's already done. Which, some of those gunfights, man, especially the last one, just, that was a time. It was just pure trial of an error. But, dude, I'll tell you, though, towards the end, I definitely, felt like a bit of a badass. Just shredding through just rooms and rooms of enemies. Just boom, boom, like Neo in the goddamn Matrix. Just absolutely shredding all the noobs. So I felt like a bit of a badass, I'm not gonna lie. And of course that final confrontation and that last death scene, totally badass. I mean, it's such a simple speech, but it's just so good. I recommend it. I recommend, especially if you like, the whole gangster, 1920s, in this case it's 1940s and 50s gangster culture, I suppose. If you're into that, definitely. It is a must play. Yeah, I love it. I love the game. So, there you go. That's my video game recommendation for the week. What else have I done lately, man? Oh yeah, Justin and I confirmed our next book for book club. We will be reading A Confederacy of Dunces. So, I mean, I don't know, if you guys want to read along, maybe I'll announce when our page numbers are going to be. Maybe I'll talk about it here, some of our discussions. Maybe not. Who cares? Nobody listens to this anyways, so who even knows? But yeah, Confederacy of Dunces, that's what's coming up next. I'm going to go with Justin on Friday, and we'll pick out the book at Bookman's or something for him, because he doesn't own it yet. He doesn't have the extensive library that I have. And plus, apparently his sister's never been to Bookman's, so we'll be having her tag along for that journey. But yeah, this should be a good time. Can't wait, man. I love that guy. I love Justin. Everybody knows it. He's such a cool dude. So yes, we'll be doing that. Yeah, it was Halloween last Saturday. That was lit. Dude, I love Halloween. I think Halloween has become my favorite holiday. Like, honestly, because Christmas is great. Let's be honest, when you're a kid, the only reason you give a shit about Christmas is because of the gifts. The only reason you like it's the gifts. And for that reason, it's your favorite holiday. So I'm just calling it. Don't mean to tell you how to feel, but let's be honest. Christmas at least is/was your favorite holiday at one point. And it's only because of the gifts. But now I find when I'm older, man, and I can, actually buy stuff myself and not have to rely on gifts to get, anything. Now I'm like, dude, I'm not as hardcore anymore. So now I just really love Halloween because the aesthetic just totally suits me, man. I love the spookiness. I love the fact that everybody's decorated their houses with ghosts and spirits and skeletons and all that good stuff. I like, I like all the spooky movies that everybody's watching. All the spooky content. I like to play some, slightly spooky games sometimes. Played a little bit of Doom. Doom 2016. It's aight. Bit of a hot take gamer opinion, but I'm not the biggest fan of first-person shooters. Third-person shooters, that's my jam. But for some reason, you put pull the camera in a bit, just doesn't feel the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one, but who can say for sure? But yeah, that's how you know it's getting late, man. Starting to yawn on the podcast. But now after a yawn, get some water. Water. So that's going on. What else have I got? Oh yeah, Halloween. So Halloween was great. The Friday before, the day before Halloween, I got to go to the movie theater with my boy Luke. Always a good time to see him. We watched Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, which neither of us had seen before. So that was excellent to get to share that experience together. It's a great movie, man. I know, hot take, but Halloween is actually a really good movie. There's of course some 70s-isms, and dude, the actor improvisation is absolutely astounding in Halloween. Like, Luke and I memed some of the highlights just on the way home. I'll just tell you the two big highlights were, first of all, the teacher towards the beginning just going on this big old rant about destiny and, the eventual fate of all mankind and all that jazz. And it's just the most absolute just nonsense speech like ever. Supposedly it's supposed to have some kind of big old, meaning behind it, but honestly, it just, let's be real, it's just a teacher going off about some bullshit. Like teachers tend to do. And then also the big meme moment of Halloween, my opinion. The whole, oh yeah, I lose my science book all the time. And my math book and my history book. And, why do we even need books? Just like that. Just the most absolutely nonsensical piece of dialogue, I think, possibly ever spoken on film. As an avid, David Lynch fan, I can say that's possibly the most cryptic, not cryptic, but the most nonsensical piece of dialogue just ever. And it just, it had to be improvised. And it was like one of those things where John Carpenter is like, okay, yeah, Katie, if you could just, I don't know, say some nonsense, it's not going to matter. There's going to be music playing while you're talking, so we're not even going to hear you. So just say whatever you want, just as long as your lips are moving, that's fine with me. And then little did she know he actually recorded her nonsense and put it up there for all the world to see. And now Halloween's a classic horror movie, so joke's on her, I guess. But yeah, it was great. I loved it. I loved it quite a bit. Got to have a good laugh. And, I got to get some spooks, which is always a good time. So that was the movies, and then the next day I had a little get together with a couple of my friends from work and some of their friends. So that was a cool moment. Oh yeah, you know, big manly moment. Finally made my way into manhood. I had my very first alcoholic beverage. It was great. I was told later it was called a Long Island iced tea, which apparently is, and let's be honest, it's four different types of alcohols, but I mean, if I'm being real, I'm pretty positive it was mostly Pepsi, because Pepsi is in it, soda. It was mostly Pepsi. I mean, I'm just gonna be real. So when I list them off, I'm gonna sound like a badass, but I wasn't. So it was Pepsi, and it was part gin, part tequila, part vodka, and what's this? The fourth one. I always forget one of them. Dang it! What is it? Gin, vodka, tequila. I do have a memory. What is it, man? Now I'm forgetting. Rum, gin, vodka, tequila, all mixed together with a healthy dose of Pepsi, just to make sure your kidneys just don't stand a chance. Which it wasn't bad. I mean, at least compared to what I always have heard alcohol is meant to taste like, that being of actual piss, it actually wasn't too bad. The Pepsi really helped to balance out the, god awfulness. And plus, I mean, I tell people all the time that my favorite smell in the world is the smell of alcohol, like rubbing alcohol, just the pure stuff. Favorite smell. And of course, when you drink it, you get kind of the smell kind of absorbed into your being. So it was actually a fairly pleasant it was a very pleasant experience. I mean, I didn't get drunk. Of course, I couldn't get drunk because I was driving home that day. So I just had like a little cup of that just to get the first drink thing out of the way. And, felt good. Felt good to get it done. Got to feel a little bit better because my other coworker was there. And he had way more to drink than I did. And I don't know, but nobody seemed too bad. A lot of the other folks got lightly wasted. But, it's to be expected. But we all had a good time. It's funny, we all had I guess there was a plan to play games, but we just wound up talking for like a straight 4.5 hours. Which honestly, best way to spend a night in my opinion, just talking. Love it. I didn't get to do much talking myself. Because one thing about me is that although my very close friends know me as a very talkative person, I'm very, very quiet around new people. I don't know. I think I just try to get a sense for how people are and kind of adjust my personality to fit their needs, I suppose. But I just tend to be very quiet around new people. And there was a lot of new people at that party, so, well, not really party. It was like 6 people. Is that even a party? I don't know. But it was a great time. Got to talk. There was like a whole 20-30 minute segment that was just all about ammunition, which I had know absolutely nothing about. So, I just got to be confused for half an hour, but it's fine. It's fine. It's what they enjoy talking about, so I'm happy to play along. I mean, I wasn't really talking anyways, so might as well. But it was nice. I got to dress up as the one, the only, the sexy Dr. Michael. my recurring character that I kind of bring back every year. Is he a scientist? Is he a doctor? Is he a dentist? Nobody knows for sure. All they know is that he is Dr. Michael Babudao. So yeah, Dr. Michael, that was a gas. And brought my machete. Yeah, luckily I just brought it out of instinct, but yeah, everybody at that get together was armed for some reason. Like everybody had I had a machete, another guy had a machete. Like people brought knives. One guy brought his fucking gun. Like for some reason everybody came to that party armed. I have no idea what they were expecting to go down, but hey, just is what it is. It just comes with the territory of living in Marana / Tucson. Just, the most ghetto of all the ghettos. But it was nice. It's nice and quiet because the host lived in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So, it was nice to have a pretty quiet time. So that was cool. I really enjoyed it. Halloween, thing. First Halloween party, I think I've come to realize. Haven't really gotten a whole lot of those, but got to have some of that, so that was nice. Yes. Very nice, very nice. Halloween. What a week, man. Got to have Halloween and the whole run up to Halloween, and then the election the very next week. It's quite an action-packed time. And then later in the month is going to be Thanksgiving, so that's going to be that whole thing. And then students aren't even allowed back afterwards, so it is what it is. Hold on. Just have a little bit of might have a bit of a burp coming. I don't know. I guess it's gone. Anywho, so yeah, action-packed couple of weeks. Action-packed month, really. So, that was nice. Yep, had work today. I kind of went around town, did all my shopping. For some reason, Bookman's was closed today. I don't know what that was all about. I don't know if they're just closed for the election or what's going on with them, but yeah, they were closed and I found it pretty weird. But I don't know, maybe I'm the weird one, who's to say? But hopefully they're open Friday because Justin and I have got to go book shopping, so hopefully they're open. Yeah. What are my plans here? Thinking maybe I'll finish this bad boy up and then I'll go finish exporting a podcast number 11, maybe get that loaded up onto YouTube, and then finish up maybe number 12, finish editing number 12. And by editing, all I mean is just slapping Thomas Pynchon on it and just being like, all right, that's the day. Rendering it, exporting it, bada bing, bada boom, and then getting that out to YouTube. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll just do number 11. Who knows? But it just is what it is. That's the slogan for the whole episode. It just is what it is. So that's going down. Yeah, I'm a little excited. It's weird. Everybody's nervous about the election. I'm kind of excited. Because there's just been so much hype. It's hard not to get excited. But, it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just excited, so. Hey, man, does that make me some kind of ignorant fuck? I mean, I don't think it makes me that. Maybe I am that, but, I kind of feel like that you choose to be anxious, in a way. Not that you choose to be, but like it's all a matter of perspective as to whether or not you're anxious. Because like right here, right now, you could, you throw two people that have the exact same knowledge and the exact same awareness of the situation. But like a difference of perspective could make one person anxious as fuck and the other person totally fine, you know? So, I don't know, I think the whole anxious thing is, and slash lack of anxiousness, it isn't a lack of education. I think that's totally ridiculous. I think it's just some people just, aren't that anxious about it. I don't know. Been reading. I know I bring this madness upon myself by looking through Facebook, but look, I like to be offended as much as the next guy. So I look through Facebook occasionally. And, I see a lot of folks being like, if you aren't anxious about this election, then it means that you're a privileged white boy who doesn't have their rights up for debate every election. But I don't know. I always felt like that was just a bit manipulative, just to get you to vote for their guy. But that's just me. Yeah, since when did Republicans become the inclusive people? That's, coming from a person who grew up thinking that, the Democratic Party represented like freedom of speech and freedom of expression and just doing whatever you want. It's pretty bizarre to see the roles kind of reversed in a way. Because before, they're like, oh, it's free speech, and, people would be like, oh, no, it's not freedom of speech, it's just you being vulgar because you want to be, because you're a sick fuck. And now it's like, it's freedom of speech. It's like, oh, it's not freedom of speech. It's you saying racist shit and being a fucking asshole. Same thing, honestly. If I'm being real, kind of the same deal going on. But I don't know. Maybe the world is just a pendulum, man. You just gotta swing with the changes, bruh. But I don't know. Don't listen to me about anything political. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Nothing I say you should ever take seriously. Everything I say is bullshit. Just assume everything. It's just absolute bullshit. But look, it's my podcast. I get to say what I want to say. Whether you take it seriously, it's your fault, man. I just do what I'm here to do. And that's to talk shit for a straight hour. So, talk shit for a straight hour I will do. Yeah, I watched the Joe Rogan coverage. As usual, he just took nothing seriously. Which, I don't think is much of a bad thing, but it is what it is. Again, slogan of the episode, it is what it is, but, they were just memeing, having a good time. It seemed nice, man. I really gotta feel bad for people who are just sitting at home anxious as fuck. Especially since this election could go for like an additional 3 days or something. So, I mean, man, heart really goes out to them, but it just is what it is. Slogan of the episode. And that's just the way it is. La la la, la la la, la la la. I don't know, is that a... I wonder if I'll get copyright claimed for that. What a... Guess time will tell. We'll see. We'll see. If I get copyright claimed for that, I mean, not like we needed more evidence, but, I mean, the copyright system's goddamn broken. If that's what, because at least the R. Kelly one, we did kind of play the song beginning to end, like, nonstop. And all we did was kind of laugh over it and make, funny little observations that were... Not observations, but funny little jokes over it, but... So that I can understand. I can understand why you would maybe claim it. But that, I mean, it's like just a shitty rendition of the song. which I love the song. It's a good song, but come on, it sounded nowhere close. It was barely even the same lyrics. I was just singing nonsense, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Bruce Hornsby, please take mercy upon my soul. Don't sue me. All I did was shittily sing your song. You sing it beautiful. You're a beautiful man. Please don't hurt me. So now that we've got that out of the way, we can continue. Yeah. So that's pretty much been my election coverage. I don't really have a whole lot more to add. I guess I could check in, see how we're doing, see if anything has changed in the last hour or so. Doubt it, but hey, I guess we'll see. We'll see where it stands. Okay. I pulled it up here. Right now. Oh, it looks like we did get a little bit of change. Looks like Arizona seems to be solidified as blue. That's a bit of an upset because living here for all this time, Arizona is famously quite red. So, hey, is that enough to turn around? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see later. But yeah, Joe Biden's leading with 238 electoral college votes. Donald Trump in second with 213. And I'm terrible at math. Don't listen to anything I say math-wise. But it looks like it could go to either one. It's fairly close, honestly. The vote percentage, the popular vote at least, looks like it's pretty close, man. It's like divided up very evenly. It looks like Joe Biden's pushing ahead with 49.8% of the votes, totaling to about 66,935,183 votes, versus Trump's 48.6% with 65,250,447 votes. So Biden's pushing ahead fairly slightly in the popular vote. And he's got, I don't know if it's necessarily a comfortable lead. He does have a lead in the Electoral College thus far. But then again, there's a lot of states here, especially some of these states that are tentatively colored in as red, that I would be very interested to see how they turn out in the long run. Because Arizona looks like it's solidified as blue, but it looks like the only other state that is tentatively blue looks to be Nevada, which apparently that's what they usually go for. So I don't know a whole lot about that, but like Alaska's red, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia are all red versus Nevada, one blue. So I don't know if that'll change in the near future, but that's just the way it stands at the moment. Looks like Joe Biden did win Arizona, so that did change from last hour. Let's see if anything new is going on with the Senate/House, Congress in general. Let's see. I forgot where I found it before. Oh yeah, I think that is from that presidential stuff I just said was all from the New York Times, I think, still. So we'll see how, take that for what you will. Let's see here. What do we got? Where's the good stuff? Yeah, it's a bit boring, just listening to me list off statistics. I know you guys would rather get back to my beautiful self talking about, I don't know, things that don't matter. What the hell? I'm on the New York Times thing and Arizona's not colored in yet. So, okay, so never mind. I don't know what I got the last set of statistics from, but according to this New York Times thing, let's see, does it say where you were last? It says it's live, so I don't know. Maybe they just haven't decided on what Arizona is yet. It's weird, but... So according to the New York Times live updated whatever, It looks like it's got Biden. Well, Biden's still leading at 227 to Trump's 213. So that's what I can tell for the moment. And it looks like it still lists Arizona as undecided. So according to the New York Times thing here, again, the undecided states look to be Alaska, Arizona, Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. So it looks like those are, it's anybody's guess. I guess while I'm here, I might as well look at the points that they're ahead. Looks like North Carolina, Trump's ahead, 1.4. And I don't know how they figure in the point system. It kind of makes no sense to me, but I don't know. It's just what it is. So, like, North Carolina, Trump's leading with 1.4 points. Georgia, Trump's leading with 3 points. Arizona, Biden's leading with 5. Wisconsin's got Trump with 4. Nevada's got Biden with 2. Pennsylvania's got Trump with 13, which sounds like a lot, but, maybe it ain't. I don't know. I don't even know how they decide what this is, so. And then Michigan's got Trump leading by 7, so. Again, Arizona, Nevada's got Trump, Arizona, Nevada's got Biden. Look, it's late, okay? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Give me a break. And then Trump's got the rest of them. So that is going on there. And if I can pull up the Congress's statistics, then maybe I can tell you where we're at there. But let's see. I'm opening up the CNN article, whatever it is. Let's see, does it have the Congress? Looks like no. And the CNN looks like it has Biden leading with 220 to Trump's 213. So it looks like the only thing we can agree on is that Trump has 213. But as to what Biden has, it looks like nobody knows. So, I guess who knows? Looks like looks like Joe Biden could have anywhere from 220 to 238. So do with that what you will. Who knows? Maybe we'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be just completely different. But let's see. Man, where is... I found it so easily before. I don't know. I don't care enough to look into it too much. It's just what it is. Looks like, what was it? Senate is split 50-50. And the House is run by primarily Democrats. So, it just is what it is. Quote of the podcast. So, yeah, that's the election thus far. I don't know. It was nice having some stuff to talk about. Something to fall back on. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's my hour. So, yeah, do I have anything? No, I don't think I got anything else to talk about. If I have more to talk about, I guess you'll just have to figure out in the next episode of Ricky's podcast. But for now, I'm signing off. This is it. This is the end of the podcast. If anybody's watching, which, I mean, nobody's watching this, but in the event that you stumble across this, feel free to subscribe, comment, leave a like, leave a dislike. Do what you want to do. It's America. Home of the free, home of the land of the brave, or whatever it is. But yeah, thank you for watching, especially if you made it this deep into the podcast. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you. End of the podcast. It's the end of the podcast. Check back in next time, and we'll have some fun.